Welcome back, and taking over from Nyari Anima Vibes. Delight, you're taking us to another level.
Yeah, and so this is around Maposa. When I say dangerous, I'm saying I don't understand myself in this moment. So what do I do? If I don't get the services, that's number one. Exactly. Number two, number three, I'm not dangerous to the society because don't know information is real. You get it? So people are dangerous. As a man, you agree with me. When a man engages in that space, that's what I meant by dangerous.
Interesting. To crossover, Yolanda, what are the challenges that you are facing also in accessing SRHR service during this COVID period?
Okay, the challenges was like information, like rumors information. When you're in the community, if someone gets into the clinic and then come back to you, and there's that clinic, there are 7 nurses who are tested COVID-19, and at first I'm now scared to go to the clinic. So, okay, if the nurses are testing COVID-19 positive, so am I going to be infected? So should I go? Should I not? Now I'm now asking myself too many questions at the same time because of the rumors of information that I'm hearing from the community. And secondly, the transport issue. At first lockdown, it wasn't possible to just come out from home and just to go to clinic and access an SRI service. Maybe I'm just coming from home to get a condom, and then I'm going to face with the soldier or the police and where are you going? Now I'm going to the clinic. There's no confidentiality because I'm now going to explain to the soldier or the police or whoever I meet in the road now. No, I'm going to clinic to get treated with STIs. No, I'm just getting to get some condoms. Just like condoms during COVID-19 lockdown. How are you trying to say it? And like, go back home. And now I need the condom. I really need it and I really need to use it. So how am I going? No, that's now when it comes to the teenage pregnancies and the STIs, because these people stopped me from going to the clinic to access the service. You see? And then the thing of wearing mask. You know, yeah, we get used to it to wear a mask, but at first it wasn't hard. Like I can't breathe and it's irritating me. What is happening on me and so forth. And whenever you enter into the gate, you're going to be asked, "Why are you here for?" Okay, I'm here for blah blah. You're even explaining to him so that you allows you to get inside to the clinic. Because if you don't explain, like, I'm just here. So you are here for what? I have to explain the guard or whoever is taking my temperature or whoever sanitizing me. Say no, and then I'm going condom. Can I done or STI? Can don't down it. I'm now seeing my privacy. Wherever I'm going to come back and say like, this child condom. STIs at this early age or at this tender age, and then stigmatizing the thing then comes on. So that has been some of the challenges during this lockdown.
So we are talking about age to access SRH services. At what age exactly do we vouch for young people to access these services?
Thank you, Mr. Bon Maposa. I just wanted to highlight the Shona ad you say in Mutakura. It's when you have a lot of issues coming together to give you something that is more splendid, like this discussion. So, coming from Delight Mjazundida as an advocate, I really want to address the reality. Gone are the days of wearing a moral jacket to say our kids are not doing that because we want to maintain this moral campus. I would rather see the age of accessing SRHR services being pegged at 16, not only at 16, contingent with the research and development to see are our children, our young adults, really not indulging at an earlier stage so that we save a nation, because this is a topical issue. Now, coming back to the issue you talk about accessibility, it's coming from a man. You will find there was a time where condoms were coming in big sizes. Some coming in very small sizes. So you let him just say, I've got a humble manhood. It's very humble. And this big one, you give me this condom, it's coming in and going out. And my significant other will say, he's too small. You get it? Just because I don't want my ego to be bruised. So I would want to see local players venturing into this industry to say, when we provide these services and offer condoms in particular, in what sizes, shapes, and even flavors are we providing them? I would really want to see that going on.
Okay, just a follow-up question on that one. you experience as well going to the facilities. What sizes are available there? And what are your preferences for the future? Because we have viewers from various walks of life, including service providers that are going to be watching this program. So want to get your recommendations again on that one.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers, so these comments have nothing to do with me. So when we go to the facility to access them, because they don't really specify on the packet to say this small, is this large, and is this big. So it's all about very fast. So that is when
just to pause you there. Why do you have to do it like you're stealing? Yet it's being provided some way for you to access.
Because we're in a safe space. When you want to indulge in sexual activities, and it's not yet accepted in society. Because the condoms are not there to use kubika cobra. And we know the use. And because we have a society that is not accepted, but sex is normal. And be it is my sister who is coming from another Syrian and
just pause the delight. Yolanda, I want your experience again in accessing especially condoms at a health facility. What's your impression? What's your feeling?
When accessing like services like condoms, some clinics they put into the toilet so that I will not be afraid to take you. When I just get into the toilet, I'll just take my dimbare or my female condom, just I put it into my bag, then I go out. But when you find out when you go to some local clinics, it's just displayed at the reception where everyone is sitting and waiting for their services. You'll be seeing that, I've taken a box of condoms. So to myself, maybe I might get the condom or I might be scared. Okay, if my ningi wanogara kumaraini kwedu kana kuti mother wekuchecha wakandona ndichisa these condoms into my, what is she going to think of me? Only obviously when she goes home she'll be like, yeah, my ningi wanaenda zomono clinic achitora ma condoms and such things. You know how the community treats us as young people. Zito kuti Adelaide kuti bonde is not acceptable into the community. Kuti diki tiwe chikura dandi chinhu chinonyadzisira. Chinonyadzisira kuita bonde. Kana kuti uende unotora kondomu clinic uye ungobuda uri left right kuti ndakatobata kondomu rangu my safety I'm going. So you know.
So it always comes back to the same question about I posed before about at what age can a young person feel free to access SRHR services?
I would say in the beginning of puberty.
In the beginning of puberty.
It has to be in the beginning of puberty. The beginning is really important. Because if we do not guide each other in this meandering stream of knowledge, but currently, just because we do not exist in a vacuum, we have legislation that is there that now allows sexual consent at 16. Let us implement that effectively, but invest in research and development to say, this is our nation, this is our system of reality, and this is what we're doing. So for today, I'll say 16, because that's how we've been framing our argument all along, and we don't want to lose the fruits of our hard effort.
Okay, but slightly turning back to you, Yolanda, we seem to be highlighting or focusing on barriers at facility level. Are they only at facility level or even also from our homes? How do we communicate it that I need to go out and access SRHR services? How do you justify it as young people?
Okay, as a young people, maybe mom when she's going to visit, I'll just like.
Why do you have to run away? Why do you have to elope?
If I say, ma'am, I'm going to the clinic, maybe and just tell her the truth, I'm going to get treated of STIs. One, she's going to get shocked, and two, maybe she's going to look for a shampoo. Say like, what? So what are you trying to say? And you know African parents, and when they come and say, so it's not acceptable to these parents.
Interesting.
Some they understand, but some they don't understand it.
Indeed, the discussion is actually getting into another level, and you and I agree. But for the meantime, we need to take a pause and come back.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome back. Yolanda, you were taking us through your experiences.
Yeah, I was talking about the family issues. Why should I run away from the family, like going to access the SRH services? As I said earlier, so some of the parents, they understand. Some of the parents, if they find you with a condom in a bag, they might be happy, oh, man, at least you are protecting yourself and so forth. Keep doing the good job. And maybe if she find that with me with a jadel, she'll say, thumbs up, you are doing your things. At least you know how to protect yourself. But it depends with the type of the parent. Some other parent might shout at you or even find a shamble to swipe it away for you to say, how come do we have two women here? And if the child have got a condom, the boy child will say like, Tani mautongwe mairi pamushapanaka. So we find it's not acceptable to the families when it comes to.
But talking about your personal experience, have you ever had a conversation with your mom or your dad in relation to reproductive health issues?
Yeah, I had a discussion because when it comes to SRH, your mom or your parent should be your person. You should get involved in the conversation with your question. I wonder, some say aunties, your parent, she can be your auntie, she can be your uncle. If you have got a conversation, you have to understand, Mom, I'm already sexually active. Mom, I'm no longer virgin, or Mom, and this. Yes, she might beat you, or some they might understand you, but you have to tell her the truth that I am having a jadel, or I am having some condom. Even if she get into your sperm, like, my sperm and the condom. Or not, she should not be surprising by that, because she should know that my child is sexually active and she's using protection or whatever method of contraception that she is using. It depending on the child type of the parent. But some of them, oh my God, you could even imagine.
Interesting.
The water hospital inside the house, and maybe some child might be chased away. You see? Yeah.
Interesting. But through cruiser elevation, kuti indulge at a tender age, despite encouraging them to have access to services.
Thank you, Mr. Maposa. Maybe a short supplementary then come to your question.
Yeah.
I want to say, as a people have got a rich family system, you find even in national Machayamombe, sometimes these issues are handled in a mining, in a bank. I think we need a hybrid strategy when it comes to speaking to our parents. Because yes, I don't want to grow, no sure. But when you go maybe through a mining or whoever, they'll help you in unlocking these previously closed doors. And our siblings, they've got a role to play. If I'm a man, I'm a young adult, and I know I should be able to help my sister. So I think as young people, let us exploit the hybrid system that we can. Then, like we said, we need to take responsibility for what we want to do.
Yeah.
Sex and expression, it's a form of expression, it's a human right. But let people be fully informed and be fully equipped. Young people are not homogeneous, this I'll tell you. And there are some young people who are positioning themselves in danger just because they have the jacket of being young people. There are some young people who are busy advocating and inciting other young people, what is unfounded, just because they're young people. So now our role as peer educator is to make sure that we interrogate these issues as they come. We make sure that we give a message that is not ambiguous, that doesn't need a further explanation, so that whoever is listening, they get the information right there, not to depend on someone else. So that's I think the way we need to navigate it through, so that whoever wants to go, they go. And also, it's not only a conversation amongst young adults, even the elderly generation, those with the resources, the female scanner with resources, told that Madara, you're eating, you're destroying a generation, get off. Leave us in the playing field. Stay 10 years. That's how I say it.
Interesting. And we would love to hear more more recommendations also from you, Yolanda, on what needs to be done to ensure that young people have access to critical sexual reproductive health services. Because I'm bouncing back to the issue that you raised earlier on in the first segment when you said,
Exactly. And it's natural.
It's natural. So what needs to be put in place?
I think for the recommendation, what I would encourage, like peer-to-peer interaction. Maybe there will be trained in peer educators that are trained about the SRH and comprehensive and the communication skills when they get into the community. So when they get into the community, they interact with young people. You know how young people we are. I can't go to a grown man and say like, I can't dispose everything, even if my brother or whatever asks me. But when it comes to peer-to-peer, we can talk, we can discuss. And as a peer educator, I can actually see, oh, there's a problem this, there's a problem that. And then we talk and discuss as peers. Yes, you're sexually active, but are you considering these contraception, STIs, in teenage pregnancies? And I think the other recommendation, like social media, like spreading information of sexual, because most young people, they're on social media, Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook. Before she gets a message or whatever she gets, let's just give you more information about sexual reproductive. Like sexual reproductive, my responsibility, your responsibility, our responsibility, and then maybe some jokes, because as young people we like jokes with the sexual reproductive in Mukati. How do you cheat your boyfriend without being caught, like use a condom? You see? So the young people get to be knowing and understanding. That's how we go with those ghetto languages. Because if you express it in the English, like deep English or even deep Shona, they wouldn't understand, but they need ghetto languages so that they understand. Even get a condom and condomize, hashtags.
Oh, you guys encourage each other to cheat without being caught. Ah, interesting.
Use a condom. Because if you cheat and get pregnant, you ask, no, I didn't ever sex with you with that. So where did you get this pregnancy? So use a condom. So those are some of the statements just to encourage young people to get information on sexual reproductive health.
Okay.
Mostly peer to peer.
Let me cross over to you, Delight Mchazondida, to add more on these recommendations.
Thank you so much. I would want to qualify to say a lot of work has been done, and still a lot of work needs to be done.
Yeah, it's never.
So it's better to build a child than to repair an old man, they say. Although this platform is being provided with some old men and women. But what I want to say is our education system is very vital in socializing these issues. You know, people are scared to talk about sexuality at home, but they are free to talk about it at biology because of the professionalism and separating a person from the issue. We need that, which means the newly enacted education system, the model 5.0, I wanted to see maybe a 6.0 which talks about sexuality. That's number one. Then number two is we need to provide solutions that answer to the needs of people. Maybe we're going to have another lockdown, even though cheating is away. What we need to do, soldiers is they're doing good work. We need to find these in Zupcos.
Integration.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, get to chance. In Chembera, 3 minutes, 3 hours. Police station, VFU. Clinic, kana panima opinion leaders so that's recommendation number 2. Recommendation number 3 is we need to provide solutions that are inclusive. We have a segment or a constituents of people living with disability. We must make sure that this information is available in Braille. It's available in deep Tonga language because we have 16 official languages in Zimbabwe. We must try. That's why I said it's a multi-stakeholder initiative that needs everybody to come on board. Number 3 as well, a lot of people, even our president, they allowed us to go to the church. The church should give us an ear on these issues. If a pastor was going to tell you about these sexuality issues, church in lockdown, who would be saved? But it's a conversation that is not it's considered a taboo and being miscellaneous. Yeah.
So can I taboo? Why is it we also have unwanted pregnancies inside the church?
This is how we see it as young people. And I believe the elders wanted to enjoy this delicacy on their own. but takazoya kumhunga takaona kuti kune mhunga. So let's accept that kuti vapana vapinda mumundo wemhunga umu handitika. We start to preach the gospel in context that is gospel like, in context that is medical like, in context that is music and ghetto like, because we need these issues. Even kumamusha ikoko pamba pamambo tinodo makondom, pamba pasabu tinodo mapids and everything, those things tinotozvida because bonde haritwende munhu ari paharare. Whoever can pass them good, they could be indulging in this moment. So let's make sure whoever pese panofemwa oxygen nemunhu mpenyu, let be there SRHR.
Great. So I take those ones as your take-home words as we're about to wind up this session. And my sister, what's your take-home message?
My take-home message, I just want to leave a hashtag. Hashtag sexual reproductive health. My responsibility, your responsibility, and our responsibility. Let's all be responsible, guys, boys and girls out there.
Wow, interesting. As I'm closing the show, you've heard it yourself. It's my responsibility, it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility. I salute you all. Bye-bye for now.
Hey Umhlobo family, thank you for joining me today. Let's keep talking. Join our social media platforms and tell us how you're beating COVID-19. Tell us your stories. What's happening in your communities? Is everything okay? Reach us on our WhatsApp numbers, text numbers, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channels. Tell us about the good, the ugly, the funny, the talents, the skills you developed during this time. For families or couples, tell us the most funny or unbelievable thing you learned about your partner or your child or your family. You may find yourself on our TV show the next time, or you may win a cool prize from us if we like your story. Remember, write in proper spellings. No shorthand accepted. Ciao!